Hello, welcome to another episode of Peaked. My name is Frank Castillo. I am back. I'm wearing a bright colored shirt, and today is a day, and I'm very excited to be here. My co-host is named JP Noda. I'm very excited that he is here as well. What up, man?
What up, dog?
It's good to see you.
You as well, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a few fucking weeks.
It has been. I also gained a lot of weight. Today's guest is a good friend of mine, Saul Trujillo.
You gain weight for my honor? Or what?
Yeah, dog. I mean, you know what it's like. You been to Texas yet?
No. I want to, though.
They call it the freshman 15? Texas has the Texas 20.
Easy.
Just queso dip all day or
no,
what?
just barbecue, bread, and fucking P. Terry's and Whataburger. So I guess the guy that created... So P. Terry's is like a fast food chain that's only, I guess, in like Texas or Austin. And the guy came to California, went to In-N-Out, and was like, I could do this better. And then went back and opened up his own burger stand and did like some changes. And I gotta say, I may have converted.
He mothershipped it? What a piece of...
I know,
God
dude.
damn
That
it,
P.
man.
Terry's is so good, dude. The burgers are juicy. The fries aren't that bad. They're like crispy and shit. And then they have a root beer milkshake.
That's fucked up.
They just got the float and said we should mix it.
Yeah.
That's all it did.
Game changer.
I'm not shitting on it, but I feel like that's all you got.
It's like whipping your rosin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You oxidize
Whipping
it.
it. Yeah.
And, I don't know about you, man, but I love milkshakes.
Oh my God! Some of where's your favorite milkshake? Like fast food milkshake?
Fast food milkshake, that's tough because each Jack in the Box is different. And
So it's just Jack in the Box.
I mean, so most of the time I like going to Jack in the Box for milkshakes. Sometimes it's too liquidy, but it's very like malty. Whereas like Carl's Jr. has like, you can tell they use like ice cream in theirs, right? And McDonald's just uses soft serve and they blend it up with like milk and shit. Best
Chick-fil-A.
milkshakes.
Chick-fil-A has a
Chick-fil-A's
stellar
got the
milkshake,
best.
yeah.
But also I think Chick-fil-A is more of like a premium fast food. Sorry, this is the fattest episode we're gonna have.
Yeah, I bring it out, people.
But if
I
you're
bring it
going-
out, people.
If you're going floats, In-N-Out does like root beer floats that are like...
yes, floats. There's also some places that like specialize that, like what Dairy Queen's very like shake and like malt heavy.
Yeah, I haven't seen one Dairy Queen in Los Angeles.
You haven't?
No.
You go to Arizona, they're everywhere.
Dude, in Riverside, they're everywhere too.
Yeah, but I mean like proper LA. You don't
I guess
see.
one of the proper LA ones.
Same with like Sonic. There's not too many.
Yeah, Sonic. Have you been to Steak and Shake?
Nah.
Steak and Shake's a good one too. They do a lot of milkshakes. We have one out here. There's a lot in Midwest.
You gave me up all. Have you been to these
Bro,
places?
listen, I'm so...
Yo, there's a place that does. I know Portillo's does, but there's a place to like put a whole piece of pie in a cake in a shake. The Portillo's does a whole piece of chocolate cake. It's the
God.
cake
Yeah.
shake.
No, these are like
It's like a
artisanal
sour
bakers.
cream
These are
chocolate cake.
potheads.
Yeah,
These are
yeah,
potheads
yeah,
with
absolutely.
imagination.
I remember there was a guy at my old restaurant job that I had. He made a stuffed burger, and I remember when he fucking put it out, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like no one had like the idea of a stuffed burger was like so blown everybody's mind. And then they do it. I remember they did like a special for some fast food restaurant.
Yeah, and all it was is a bored line cook on a slow day.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wonder if this will fry.
He was
I've been there.
They're like, what if we put one patty and then cheese and then another patty?
All the failed experiments, because I've been there where you try to like that's not going to work
Yeah,
out
you
right
just make
there.
a calzone that kind of turns into a pizza, but it's still kind of a calzone.
Yeah. The dough, like, you try to fry a calzone, then the dough is raw on the inside. You're like,
Yeah,
failed
yeah.
experiments. What are you gonna do?
I fucked up and eaten raw dough.
How?
Like I've eaten pizza or like started like something I made or like a calzone and been halfway through and be like, this isn't fully cooked, and then just been like,
Just
nah, I'm just
kept
gonna
eating
eat
it.
Yeah.
It'll cook in my tummy.
Yeah, right. It's like cookie dough, right? When you eat cookie dough, that's one of the reasons you get sick is because your body has enough temperature to heat up the dough.
I've never gotten sick of proper raw cookie dough.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a myth.
No, I think it's real, but also I think like for the most part, like our eggs are somewhat pasteurized and shit now.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
so.
it's
It's all
the
like at that
eggs.
point, like it's like you're kind of all right. But I feel like if you went and like made it with like chicken eggs from someone's backyard, you might have to be a little careful.
Did you ever make cake with mayonnaise?
No.
Yeah, instead of eggs, I used mayonnaise. It was like the best cake.
Yeah, the Portillo's one I think is sour cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sour cream too. I remember I did. So I remember for like my high school, we did like a science experiment. So my experiment was what cake's better, one with eggs or one with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
The mayonnaise one was way better.
Well, mayonnaise is just eggs and oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an addition of oil. That's all. Plus,
But there's something about it, it's just the creaminess.
it's once again you're going with the root beer, the whip.
The
You're
whip,
going with
yeah,
the
it's
whip.
the whip. That whip
It's
tech.
the whip.
Oh, it brings it all back to the whip,
You
dog.
get that egg paste versus just eggs.
Yeah.
Cold cure over fresh press all
Okay.
day.
Yeah. There we go. That was a very. I don't think you understood what that meant, but all right.
No, I don't understand what that meant, but I know he brought it back to weed.
Yeah.
I know he did.
That's
He's done
so
it 3
funny.
times. I was like, that's a weed thing. That's a weed thing.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it and have some fun. So we've dabbed in the back of the
Comedy store.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm alive. I'll smoke blunts, joints here and there. I also, I'm very new to dabs. You'll give me a dab here and there, and then I'm fucked up for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I remember. Where was it? I can't remember what specific night it was, but we did a show or something, and you had been. I think it was just maybe it might have been a sesh. But I remember you hit something special. Oh, I gave you. Did we split gummies? Yeah, I split Uncle Arnie's.
Yeah, no, whatever drink you made.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it was
Arby's,
an
That
Yeah.
drink was
Yeah.
crazy.
Those
It
for
tasted
me
it.
are still like the most like potent 100 milligram drink.
Yeah.
And I think as they say, at least because it's one is nano infused, but two is the glass container. Like plastic and like metal, all these things like leach THC out of the product.
Oh, interesting.
But glass, it like will like maintain it.
Well, that makes
and
sense.
so that like they like hit harder than any other beverage I've had.
Yeah, I'll
That's
drink
my
one.
favorite.
I just
edibles.
passed the fuck out.
Favorite.
It's so nice.
Edibles are nice, but my issue is like you'll get edibles on sale at like these dispensaries, and some of them like will have ghetto packaging, and they'll be $5, and they're the strongest edibles I've ever had because I don't think it's not 100 milligrams. I was like, they don't have that regulated. It felt like it hits like 3, you know, versus like the better companies, they have it more scientifically down. Like 100 milligrams is 100 milligrams.
Consistency.
Yeah, the consistency of it. But there are some that'll knock my dick in the dirt. I'm like, that was 500 milligrams, and it says 100 on the bag.
Remember the Chiba Chews?
Yeah,
Oh
always.
god, those would ruin
That
me.
and my favorite was the old punch bars back in there. They had 225, like one single. It was only this big or so, but it was 225 milligrams. So it was easy just to
Just pop
throw
them
it
back.
back.
Before
dude, yeah.
regulation came, dude, they were going fucking wild with some of the shit. You'd see like a bar that was like 1,000 for the whole thing.
Kiva, well, now in Oklahoma, punch us 1,000 milligram chocolates.
That's
Why
This
only
big.
in Oklahoma?
Because they're still medical. I believe they do have a recreational system in place, but their medical allows them to go to 1,000 milligrams still.
Yeah.
Per edible. Where California's pretty strict on the dosage.
I was
They'll
doing
allow higher dose, but like it's harder to get into regular dispensaries.
I was doing shows in Oregon where it was just on the cusp of being legal in Oregon and California, where like all of this was new. This is all new and it's in infancy, and the edibles were 1,000 milligrams, 500 milligrams, just in Ziploc bags, and I would just take them and just see where my night would go, and it's usually just asleep. But you go into like, I've never been as high than I've been as high on like on 500 milligrams or 1,000, like acid, anything like that. It's always been that. And I chase that, but I also don't want to go to sleep. I want to hang out
Try
at
to feel as
parties,
long as you
you
can.
know?
Well, I've definitely also had like closed-eyed hallucinations on like ridiculous amounts of THC.
Yes.
So, like I've had like
yes.
750 milligrams of like full spectrum like hash caps, and then like started to go to sleep, but like been like in the state between half asleep and like not asleep, and then like straight up like having whole visuals.
Be waves in your eyeballs, right in the back of my lids, and I'll go, whoa. It'll just feel like whoa, whoa, whoa. It was crazy.
That's the best part.
all right.
That's the best part.
I've seen him absolutely wrecked on it, but he's gotten me absolutely wrecked. I mean, I used to do 100 milligrams at the top of the show. God, I'm so glad I don't do that anymore.
It's fun to do,
It
though.
is, but the munchies is just
But every
unlike-
episode.
munchies is unreal.
You have to meal prep for the munchies. I started doing that.
Oh, no.
That's kinda
where
fire.
I start making salads and like I'll cut up fruit and I'll make it excessive. You
ate
ever
my-
meal prep for the munchies?
Nah, man, I fucking ate all my leftovers from last night at 2 in the morning. It was spaghetti that we had from Olive Garden because my wife loves Olive Garden. I don't know why. And then we went to and then I had a cinnamon roll right after.
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah. You're just having whatever is easily accessible.
Yeah, and what I could throw in the microwave. Guys, I'm gonna.
That's why you meal preps with those, so you can just
diet
grab
for
it.
you.
It's ready to
You're gonna
go.
die. Not if you cut up apples and peanut butter. And
Okay.
here you go, future high me.
Hilarious. You're so excited. You're like, yes.
Apples and peanut butter. This is great.
Although that's like there's plenty of times where I'll forget that I have leftovers and I'm like, yes. Thank you for not eating everything, you fat piece of shit. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
But
Well,
you did
usually,
eat
if I ever
everything.
order like DoorDash, and I'll usually order something for later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm like super stoned or like if I'm gonna be chilling at home, like I'll get something that'll like keep well and reheat well, and then like throw that bitch in the microwave or the air
See,
fryer.
people were meal prepping from Chipotle.
What?
They order Chipotle catering,
I did see that.
and then they just.
It's not
meal
a terrible
prep all that.
idea, but
It's not a
I
terrible.
think it's like $130. I actually literally just watched that video yesterday.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Are you ready to jump into this?
yeah.
So this is your first time dabbing, or no?
No,
that's not your-
we've dabbed in
I'm
the back,
such
but
an
like, yeah,
idiot.
yeah,
Who
you're
are
okay.
you
You're
from?
also you dab a lot, so
Yeah.
therefore.
I was like, "It's your first time?" No. Yeah.
No, it's well.
So, you've
go
seen
ahead.
this bad boy.
I've seen it, but go ahead and still go put me
This
through
is
it.
our proxy, and this is the wizard pipe attachment, and this is our ball cap. So when we fire it, you're just going to rotate it once it vibrates. That just helps with airflow, a little bit of a stronger hit. And I'll put you at green, so you're at like a regular temp. You're not, I'm not going to try to get you wrecked.
So wait, does
Yeah.
it go to red?
No, it goes to white.
What's that? White is the hot.
Yeah, well, there's a secret setting too after that.
It's just in and out activities,
Yeah,
just a
dog.
secret menu.
Yeah,
So
we'll
do
get
I
animal
okay,
style,
Is
baby?
it already ready, or do I rub?
No. It'll vibrate, and then you can rub. Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna
You,
explain
what
Which
you
one
doing,
did you
just
load up?
regular? Oh, yours.
So this is his.
This is the Pro, the Puffco Pro. It's the Indiglow, but I have the Ryan Fit. The Ryan Fit V2 recycler on top.
I missed that one. That was
Yeah.
my favorite.
Said your cat took it
mine
out.
vibrated.
And my cat took it out.
Your cat took it out.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. You can't just. All right.
Right, yep.
Yeah.
That one was the Fresco melon. It's like when I smelled it, it smelled like a lot, like almost like an orange tang. And now when you taste it, it does have that orange tang, but there's almost like a chalky canyiness behind it.
Oh, I feel that on the tongue.
You're like hitting everything that you're saying is what is going.
It's super candy-like, but it's almost like eating like a mouthful of like Pez or something. It has that like super powdery aftertaste.
Like I got a mouthful of Fun Dip.
a gummer of fun dip.
Say gummer of Fun Dip.
Yeah.
You ever notice how Fun Dip probably just instilled Coke habits to so many young
It
kids?
did. It's called
That-
Fun Dip, which is exactly what Coke is.
Just like,
There's Fun Dip and Crystal Light. I definitely had like friends
Pop Rocks.
snorting Crystal Light in like middle
What?
school. 'Cause, you know, fucking.
Jesus.
You snorted
Bored
Crystal
with-
I
Light?
can't
I
lie.
didn't do it.
They did make me,
You're like, wait a minute.
I did snort a tea packet to get on the improv team
What?
in high school.
You smoked? You snorted a tea packet?
Yeah.
How does that pause? The chunks of
Yeah.
flat, and it went in.
Well, I had like had a straw.
Yeah.
So then I just made it look like it was going up my nose. I was just like, yeah.
You sneeze it. Ooh, Earl Grey, huh?
It was, it was a little bit.
Some tea snus.
I still got on the improv team. It was worth it.
Was it?
Nah, not really. The things you do to fit in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
You got hazed
That's
worse
true.
than the football players.
Yeah. Wait. What? I thought the.
Fucking
Oh
nothing.
my god. I think I told the story about the senior day, right?
Oh yeah, we had that too.
Okay,
but that
cool.
was
What was
My
the
friend used to be like, it's stuff a freshman in a trash can day, and then he turned around, and picked up a freshman, and stuffed him in a trash can. And then like another day, he was
It's just a
walk-
story of you bullying.
No, not me. It was my friend. I
Your
didn't.
friend?
Yeah,
It's a
I was
story of
just
your
like,
friend
thank God
bullying.
I'm nice to this guy.
Okay,
Like, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
holy shit, this could easily be me.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time he was walking around and freshmen were following him, and a friend of ours was like, "Why get these guys out of here? Why are you letting them follow you?" And then he was like, "Ugh," and he opened up his pants, reached in, pulled out their lanyards. He gave them to him and was like, "Thank Elise for blah blah blah." And they were like, "Thank you, Elise," and they ran off.
He had.
He was on the football team. This guy was huge, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So he ran the school.
Nah, he was just a bully. God, I realized how mean that people were in high school.
Yeah. It's I do that all the time where I'm like, that was great, and then you say it out loud, and people go, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There was.
told plenty of
I
stories.
didn't. I want to be. I want to very much be clear that I did not.
No, I
make
know.
fun of these people or
Yeah.
this, but so the way our high school was, there was a long hallway, and then the middle of the hallway is the library, but in between the libraries and the two like further long halls, it was all glass, so you could see outside, right?
Yeah.
And there was like a little alcove, like so. Even when you went in the library, all around it was like glass and like a places you can sit and stuff, so you can see out. And my friend would call it the zoo because it was all like the nerds that would hang out in like near the library and all the people that played Magic the Gathering and
Yeah.
stuff. And in middle school, I used to play Magic the Gathering all the time with like everybody in card games. And then I went and I saw everyone making fun of people that played card games, and I was like, looks like I got to grow up. It was terrible, dog. I was like, this sucks. I stopped collecting Pokemon cards and stuff.
We were worse. Like we had the nerd section, but we named our section like we called ourselves the Bench Mafia,
Hilarious.
and it was just a bunch of potheads and losers, and it's just like kids who played Pokemon. I was like, what are we doing? Luckily, the name never left the group. We're like, don't tell anyone what we call ourselves. But we called ourselves the Bench Mafia.
That's terrible.
It was awful.
Was this before or after Columbine?
It was before. It might have been around.
And
And
these motherfuckers stole our goddamn name.
and our idea. I crumble up the paper and throw it away. I'm not a hack. I'm not going to do it now.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, did you go to public school?
Yeah, I went to public school.
Lucky. I went to private.
You went to private?
Well, Catholic, not just private. Catholic. So we didn't have like a lot of like, there was like stoners, but it wasn't like stoners because it's hard when you have like brothers and priests and everyone walking around like sniffing for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was hardly any fights. Because it was either that as an option, because I grew up in Stockton, or go to a high school that had, I guess they called it Mexican Mondays, where the races would beat up Mexicans on Mondays, and they had White Wednesdays too, where the opposite race would beat up the white kids on Wednesdays. Like they chase them, they just beat the shit out of them just
That
for
wasn't
being
just
white.
football? That
That
okay.
was just the high school.
Hilarious. I was in the east side San Jose.
Yeah.
So over there was just a lot of Asians and Mexicans too. But there was a lot of like gang fights that would happen.
Yeah.
Like someone would pull knives, all that shit. And then when I moved to Temecula, it was predominantly white people. Like,
Yeah.
White people that never moved out of that city.
No, and that's yeah.
And then like some Native American kids and some Mexicans, a lot of military brats. And then, it was definitely weird because it was just like, because it's like right by a border patrol station. There's like an Indian casino, but like everyone lives in the suburbs and
Yeah.
like really nice houses.
And they
Like,
kind
it
of
was-
want to stay where they're at.
Yeah, it was a very
You're in
weird
Temecula.
environment.
You don't want to. You really don't want to leave.
Yeah, they were like I would talk and they'd be like, "You don't have an accent." I was like, "Yeah." I grew up in the city.
Do you guys have CDs yet?
I was just like, do you guys not go out there? Like, we go to San Diego on the weekends. I was like, oh my God.
You're gonna go to Paradise on the weekend and not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to downtown San Diego. Have you been
Yeah.
to downtown San Diego?
It was definitely interesting seeing. And then now the people that have stayed or the people who have moved, like there's people who've moved and they're like, I'm never fucking going back to that city.
Yeah.
Like friends I have. And there's people who are like, I'm never leaving this place for as long as I live.
Yeah. You're just so used to the comforts of that.
Yeah, it reminds me. I call them cartoon characters because they're all in the same outfits. And
Yes,
it's like South
yes.
Park where they live in the same day over and over.
I'm kind of a cartoon character. I wear almost the
I
same.
mean, I feel like comedians usually are just because
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
the same stage outfits.
You call them stage outfits?
There's like 3 or 4 stage outfits that I like. You can always see me in.
Man, I wore my
I
stage
rate-
outfit to the mailbox
I
today.
rotate them. Well, it's usually just the outfit that I would walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I know what you mean. Like you would wear this on stage. This is Frank
I have worn
on
this
stage.
I haven't worn these.
100%.
I do travel in the airport with these.
With the Crocs?
So I'll wear these. I'll wear my Alien Lab shorts, and then I'll wear this, and then I just have like my carry-ons, and people look at me weird
Why?
because I'm in full tie-dye,
Yeah.
socks and Crocs with Honey Nut Cheerios on them.
What I've noticed about like specifically like these companies is that they all look like tech companies. Like this all looks like robot professional. Like it's not like the old cannabis of the past.
Well, that's kind of the nice thing too. They need a little fly under the radar.
Yeah, there isn't like fucking Bob Marley on it, like
mean,
across it
that's
with
a
the
big-
lion face.
That's a big like. Someone got me one of Michael's first sweatshirts just had a huge mushroom on it.
Yeah.
And I had like mushrooms and a bunch of drugs on me. I was walking around. I walked by like 4 police cars, and they all just stared at me. And then I was like, "Oh shit! I'm wearing like a huge mushroom on my shirt."
Yeah.
Like, this is literally just I'm advertising that I've got drugs on me right now.
Big fan of shiitakes, officer.
Yeah.
It
Big
also has a
fan of-
Glock pocket.
Yeah, it also does have a Glock pocket, which is pretty cool. Listen, dog, Hood Apparel's sick.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Hood apparel is tight.
It's like the real Urban Outfitters. You know?
Well, it comes from, I guess, what people would dub as the urban. not too hood. Like buy, but don't buy a liquor store shirt, just like a liquor store black shirt. You know what I mean? Like separate. Because I grew up with some people who were like, I bought myself a liquor store black tee. I get a 40, and that's like, it's not cool to buy shirts where you buy your alcohol.
I mean, Walmarts exist.
They do, but I kind of separate it. I'll go to DD's.
Different sections.
Yeah.
I still like going to the thrift shops. Like that was like, I'm sure someone's made the joke already, but like when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to like Ross and all those TJ Maxx and shit because we were poor, and then now it's like everyone does it for fun.
Yeah, which is, I don't know how I feel about it.
Right?
The fashion, poverty as a fashion
it's like
statement.
everyone's doing my childhood. This is weird.
Yeah. You go to swap meets a lot?
Oh, I loved them. My dad used to work at the San Jose flea market for like.
You call them flea markets because that's
yeah.
the regional thing of what we call. They call them swap meets out here.
Yeah,
in
but
LA.
I think that's yeah.
It's like a regional thing.
Yeah, it definitely is regional.
Yeah, so we La Pulga, and that's where we'd get clothes.
Bless you.
Thank you. And then that's what also like I wouldn't get new toys because my parents knew how destructive I was.
Yeah.
So we would get like these Ziploc bag full of like miscellaneous toys.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could just put firecrackers in and put in the microwave because they knew we were just gonna destroy them. We're not gonna get him a new Batman if he's gonna run into the ground the first week. You know.
I used to buy fake Pokemon cards.
Yeah, going by fake GI Joes that last like a week or two.
Yeah.
The arms would fall off and shit.
Yeah, because you're gonna put a bottle rock in it or something.
Yeah,
That's
you're just like, why does Spider-Man have Bishop's gun?
Bishop died.
Yeah.
Took his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast. My cousins were ruthless. They would. My grandma told them to give them. My grandma told my cousins to give me all their old toys, like hand-me-downs, right? So my cousins came up to me and they were like, "If you want to buy these toys off us, you could." And I would like buy all their toys off of them, and they were making a lot of money. And like my grandma told them finally, was like, "You like don't charge them, just give them to them." And then yeah. They're like, but you're making so much money.
Yeah, we're making a pretty good amount for kids.
Again, the story. I say the story out loud, and it gets uncomfortably quiet.
No, it's not that it's uncomfortably quiet that you got grifted from.
Then my family was mean.
Yeah, they're just being profiting. They're like, we got a guy. They're like, hey, a bunch of these Ninja Turtles fell off of a truck. We got a guy.
Where were you getting the money for it?
I was asking my dad, I think, or I was asking like my grandma, "Can I have $1?" She thought it was like for candy and shit. And I was just saving it up to give to my cousin. But dude, I remember having all the original Beast Wars, the animal ones, all the original Ninja Turtles. I had the original Jurassic Park set. Yeah, I had all that shit.
Yeah, I had at first, but then as soon as the Ninja Turtles started coming legless and armless, then that's when the used toys started to come into play. But you collect? You collected?
I used to, and then
Okay.
I fucking was like, I gotta grow up, and then now I'm like, I could be owning 5 houses if I held on to most of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, did you sold them all?
I think I sold them all, or I just gave them, or they got lost in storage and shit.
Yeah, you
I
sold
still
them
have a lot of comics.
to a gullible cousin.
Yeah, just being nice to the weird kid in the neighborhood.
And then
Here's my collection, and then now he's like fucking owns a house in East Bay.
So like East Bay is the nicest place you can think of.
Yeah, I was like, what is it?
He went
lives in
right
the
to
Hayward
East Bay.
Hills
You
now.
still kept it home. You still
Does
kept
Frank
it
think
at
East
home.
Bay's nice?
It's not Silicon Valley. It's nice. It's tech nice.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, I forget you're a Bay Area guy. He's also a Bay Area guy.
I want to say Bay Area guy, no, but I don't want to go as if to not. I just have to correct people for the sake of, you're not Bay. I'm from Stockton.
Oh no, I get that too.
Yeah.
You know Rich Slayton? Not Rich Slayton. You know Rich Storin?
No.
He's a Bay Area comic. I always tell him I'm from the Bay, and he's like, "Where?" And I San Jose, and he goes, "Oh." I'll pull up his Google phone and be like, "Where on the map does the water touch San Jose? That's so weird. I don't see it." And he'll just be like,
You go, I'm from the Silicon Valley. Ugh.
"I know." Just
You
yeah.
can't say that. You got to go San Jose. People know San Jose.
Yeah.
I have to go into an explanation about Stockton, and if I do go explanation about Stockton, they'll go Diaz Brothers, and I'll go, yeah, Diaz Brothers, which is fine. You know, they're putting our name on the map. Oh, are we cleaning this up? I like to do mine dirty though. How do you do this? You have to clean out my contraption. My.
Here, no, I'll just have you hold it for me.
Oh yeah, no problem. Is there intermission? Do you guys play intermission music when the loading happens, or
No, we just have the silent set.
does it make you uncomfortable?
No.
Yeah, you guys are true stoners.
Can just get used to it.
Yeah. That's the first one.
Oh, I just cleaned it with both. All right, that's fine.
Oh,
Save
that
it.
works for me. What are we going to be smoking on? What's this one? What
believe it's gonna be
earlier?
the-
What was it? The
First
one
one was
that
the Fresca Melons.
Fresca
It's
melons.
from Punch, but it was grown by Valley Grove
I'm all
from
trying
the
to be.
Sonoma Valley.
Yeah.
They're growing a lot of the material for like a lot of the hash on the market these days, so it's really rad to see them kind of blowing up and doing so well. It's a lot of really stellar outdoor. They're just fresh freezing right away.
So there's a lot of these companies that they start out small that no one knows about, and then they just break out. Like how
It
does
kind of
that
depends.
work?
I mean, so if you think about it, like when weed before it was legal, it was like kind of like you had to operate kind of in the shadows. Like you had like your farm like
Yeah.
kind of hidden as much as possible. But now that it's legal, you can like not only go out and like do it publicly, but you can also like share information publicly and like all this stuff. So a lot of
'Cause
people
it's
are like
legal, yeah.
starting small and like are starting to now be able to like scale up. Like,
I guess my
at a,
question
like,
was
decent
like,
rate.
sorry about that.
No, you're good.
It's more along the lines of like who's having a breakout year this year as far as like strain of weed, like a farm.
So I would say, like, I mean, the Valley Grove's growing a lot for hash. I've seen their name on a lot of jars these days. They're like a lot of companies are processing their material. So I think they're definitely up there. Luma Farms also doing a really good job as far as like growing
I've been
weed for
liking Luma
hash.
Farms, yeah.
But then a lot of it goes back to like the breeders who are like all over the place too, like the ones who are creating the genetics for the seeds. Like even a lot of Masonic stuff got into the market this year. A lot of the Wilson started going around.
You know, it's when I was in, I can talk about this. I was in Austin this past week, and I ran into someone who comes out and knows Masonic and does all the like sessions, and like I just happened to be. Jamar was wearing his shirt, and the chick was like, "What the fuck? Is he here?" And I was like, "No." And then she was like, "Oh my god!" And it was just so cool to see. And then I ran into a bunch of other like people that do hash stuff out there, and a lot of puff goes, which was cool. But it was also just like there's a scene out there, which is cool, but it's also just being much more careful.
There's a lot of Cali people who moved out there, or is it people like who are like from Texas or like
They're from other states or they're from Texas and they do like they're just
super involved with?
Yeah.
Possibly some transplants going out there. And
Yeah,
Some.
imagine
Most
half the
of them,
rebreeding.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, even now, especially with like people going to Oklahoma with legalization, like going to
Yep.
all these other states, like kind of out that way.
so there's rosin out there and it's not too expensive. It's still, there is a felony tax, you know what I mean?
The old get caught tax, you know.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I had an unnamed comic. He's at the mothership now. He's a younger guy, but he was in L.A. and he was driving back from L.A. to Austin.
Oh, I know who it
got,
is.
Yeah, got caught with a vape
Yeah,
pen.
he tells the story. It's Mike Eaton.
Yeah.
Mike Eaton got caught with a vape pen and edibles and he had to, he got a felony for it and then now had to like redo it. Like he'd go through the whole process and stuff, pay a bunch of money, and now he's finally getting everything done with it.
That's
They'll like
fucking
expunge it and everything.
fucking
I don't think he's gonna expunge.
He'll still be on like a felon record.
crazy.
Wild.
Something that I do every day. Did
Yeah,
mine-
and
did
that's the
mine not
crazy
buzz?
thing. Is like people tell me they're like, you should, nah, just fly with it, just bring it, blah blah. And I'm like, if you want to take that risk, I'm not gonna tell you to do it, but it's like, I can not smoke for 5 days.
You can? I find anxiety
Oh
behind
no,
it.
I'll have weed. You know what I mean? But like hash.
Oh, okay.
I'm
okay.
talking stuff like this.
Oh, you're just
Like, I
talking,
only
you're
get
not
kind of
talking
high for like 5 days, and
Yeah,
then
exactly. So I'm just like, ugh.
this one's the peach rings. It's really stellar, actually. It's gonna be the Marionberry times Eddie OG. The Marionberry has that kind of like sweet berry to it, but also the Eddie OG has possibly some grape in there as well. So there's some kind of grapey notes to it too. So it has that kind of very like funky, fruity, peachy flavor going on. Not as much candy. The other one was a lot more of that kind of very orange candy. This one's a lot more like fruit.
I miss this so much. So you haven't gone to Austin yet? It's amazing.
I'm not a very well-traveled man.
Oh, really?
I've been, if there's a Tribble run, that's where I've been.
Oh, really?
In shit states? Yeah. Nevada, Montana, California, just Oregon, just
I
like
used to not travel. I was same thing. I didn't travel at all.
yeah.
But this weird thing about the store and stand-up is that, like, because of that and because you get good at it, people take you on the road and you'll go places that truly never thought I'd go or
Yeah.
be, you know?
I'm happy that I experienced it as the young headliner nobody knows about, because you just do those gigs for $100 in fucking Phillipsburg, Montana. You just do these gigs because you're just doing a bar show and nobody knows who you are, and half of them are bad, and that's what gets you, like, that's what got me strong at least. And now that I'm like experiencing the road from like I'm going to Boston, Philly, New York next week, and then Boston, and it's just like a bunch of tour. Now that I'm experiencing this now with the material, it's nice. I was like, now it's time to travel.
You don't have to worry about bombing in fucking North Carolina, Black Mountain, you know?
Yeah. I got a passport for the first time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think I feel like this is the year to finally get one at the age of 38.
weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get it stamped.
It's
Apparently,
cool when you get stamps in it.
they don't stamp it anymore, apparently.
What?
So I've been told, I think according to Craig Conant, he's been going to Canada a bunch, they don't stamp it for
Well, it
him.
may not be Canada.
It's got to be like other
Well,
countries.
I mean, when I went to Europe and Spain, all those places, they're like pop, 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 pop. But I
Okay.
know a lot of that's switching to digital too, which I think is ridiculous.
You want the stamp?
I like the, you know what I mean?
I want the whole process.
Bop, you know, and then someone yelling in another language and they get taken away and no one knows where they went and then it gets uncomfortable.
Why are
And
you
they make
here?
sign a paper, you know?
To smuggle drugs.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I was talking to a guy when we went to Barcelona. He had a bunch of rosin on him, and he got there. And I was like, "Well, how do you go? What do you worry about security and going through?" And he goes, "You just show up and hope." And I was like, "You show up and hope." And he goes, "Yep." And I was like, "That's crazy."
That is insane.
The anxiety that would be going on, dude. Like how you're not sweating. And, like,
Well, some people are
shitting
good at not
yourself.
thinking about it. Like they'll just, whatever, and then that'll help them get away with it.
I get nervous
Yeah, not me.
showing up anyways.
Yeah. I get nervous being without weed.
Yeah.
So I sometimes take the risk with edibles on planes.
Well,
but
that's easy.
Yeah,
Flying,
yeah.
edibles are fine.
yeah. There's people who fly with like pounds of weed.
They're just like the most inconspicuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bunch of
I'm
edibles.
like 100 milligrams, 200
Yeah, but
milligrams.
even that,
Nothing
yeah,
crazy.
shit, yeah.
I saw a guy at the airport here at LAX, early morning flight. It had to have been a gallon bag of edible. It was ridiculous. It was like coming out, and the guy with TSA was just showing him. They're like, "What's the deal with this?" He'll go, and the guy was just like wiping his eyes. He'll go, "Well, you could throw it away if you want. You could throw it away if you want." And then I thought he was gonna get in trouble. He was like, "Sir, we're gonna throw it away, but next time." I was like, "Next time?"
LAX, I
They don't
don't
give a
fuck,
shit. They
dog.
get that for that.
It
bro.
was so many edibles, so many
Yeah.
gummies.
I when I went to Hawaii, they pulled out the Puffco and they asked me what it was, and I said it was a humidifier, and then they just let me go. But other times, TSA's agents have pulled it out, looked at it, known exactly what it is, and then just let it go slide. Because it's, as long as it's clean, you're
Device,
fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's also like,
All right, I
it
guess
just looks like a flute, you know?
these laws need to stay one way and not the other. Stop confusing me. All right, what flies
Yeah.
and what doesn't. All right.
Well,
I mean,
mean-
it's still illegal.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah,
know.
it's
But, but
Yeah, bums me out.
I mean, all the fun stuff is illegal, yeah.
Yeah. But the fun stuff, everyday life fun stuff, shouldn't be illegal.
Yeah, and that is the thing that I think is so funny about Texas. They're like, everything's like, this is the land of the free, blah, blah, blah. But it's also like, if I want to get high, I get in trouble.
Yeah. If I want to deal with life a specific way, some people want
And
to
there's
get
like a
high.
guy doing like crazy drugs outside, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but he's in a tent on
Yeah.
6th Street apparently.
you ever tried filling your cup with Jesus?
With Jesus?
Yeah, that's how they do it in Texas.
No, thank you. I tried it for a
What,
long
Jesus?
time. Jesus.
Oh,
He's
were you
talking about
very
Jesus.
religious?
Yeah, we're Catholic. Bro,
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I have a Jesus fish tattoo.
You have a Jesus fish tattoo?
Right here.
That's religious.
You gotta
Yeah,
show
man.
us.
That is religious.
Whoa.
How is this? You guys have been doing a podcast with him. How is this the first time? You've been doing a podcast with
That's
him.
wild. This is the first time I've ever seen that.
What are you guys doing?
Have we ever been in the pool together?
I don't swim.
This is nuts. I have to
really
bring
wild.
up. I'm religious. Me too.
Yeah,
You've
bro.
been
I was.
podcasting
Yeah,
him
yeah.
for 4 years.
That's crazy.
Show that again.
So wait, that's wild.
Yo, I'm not that religious.
Or it looks like you love Jesus and
That's my first tattoo.
and people that
You got
have
what they give you
cancer.
like when you were
In college.
baptized?
Nah.
I just have.
I
do you have
grew
any
into
tattoos?
it. Yeah, I have you ate shit right here,
Oh.
and then I have my wedding ring right here.
Oh, that's sick. I have pineapples.
Pineapples is tight with the gun. He's got the
You never,
pineapple.
I'm going to show you this? The pineapple and the guns?
Fuck.
Yeah.
But hey, you're one cross away from making because the fish is pretty cool. If you put a cross over that, it's religious all of a
Oh,
sudden.
yeah, religious pineapples. Right?
Religious pineapples. What what denomination Christianity?
Just whatever it was. I don't know. 'Cause I grew up like Mormon, like a little bit, and like
You grew up Mormon?
My Cuban
Shit,
grandparents.
well, gee.
You guys.
Welcome to the podcast, guys.
I'm pretty good at this, guys. Asking the right questions. I've been on a little podcast heater, so change of
until, like,
events.
I think I was like until I was like it was my grandparents' side, so until like I was, well, I don't know, like 7 or 8, like was always Sundays went to Mormon church. No like TV on Sundays, that kind of shit.
that explains the whole thing with black people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
like out of nowhere. I was like, wait a minute.
You know what I mean. You know? You don't have to.
You might have
talk
to
about it
remind
publicly,
me.
But you know what I mean. You say it all the time in the car when we pass them by. No, I'm just kidding.
How cool they are.
How cool
JP's in the car like, I really like them. I really accept them.
I'll
as
see
a
you guys
people.
later.
That's so funny. That's wild. Was there like a specific thing that happened?
No, I just like for when I was a kid, it was because like it was my grandparents. So like whenever it was on my dad's side, we'd go over there and always go to church. But my parents split up and like wasn't really religious, and then like went to Christian church like through high school ish kind of, and then stopped. And then in college, just like that was what kind of clicked.
Are you still religious? I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
Very much not.
Like,
I-
when
Like, I
did you
definitely believe there's something out there, but I don't like believe in the whole organized religion. Like
Agnostic.
everything.
That's the same thing as
Agnostic.
me.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
shit that
I'm
was like
saying
kind of
that.
like started to get pushed on, like pushed on me when I was in college. I was like, I don't like how this is going on.
Same.
Like just like you have to do this and you have to do that. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I even had one of those counselors who was like, not counselors, or like whatever it was, mentors in college. Was like super like this. I ran into him years after college at like a country concert, and like I was drunk, he was drunk, and he like apologized. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry for all. And I was like, whoa, it was a lot.
I almost converted to Mormonism for a chick.
Something about Mormonism. My wife, when she was 12, because she grew up in Canyon Lake.
Oh yeah, I know
she
where
grew
that
up in
is. Yeah, it's by
Canyon Lake.
Temecula. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
so
of them out
that's-
there.
yeah. So
They
she
wear
grew up in
magic
Canyon Lake.
underwear.
So like she grew up behind a gated community. Her parents weren't very religious, but they had a little money. So that means they gave her the option to be religious. So when she was 12, she converted to Mormonism for like 2-3 years. And I was like, what? I didn't know that was even an option to just be 12 and go, I want to be a Mormon.
Yeah, no. I had a friend who also same thing, converted to Mormonism, and we were all so surprised. Well, it was my friend's like very hot older sister.
Yeah.
And then she became Mormon, and we were like, what the fuck? Like, it blew everybody's minds.
Yeah, but like my wife is 12. Like some girls are reading Tiger Beat. She's all, I want the Bible. I want
our
John
Lord and
Smith.
Savior.
It's like, all right, go read Tiger Beat or some shit.
Yeah, no, my wife's family wasn't very religious, and I think that's why I liked him so much. Because I guess her dad's parents would make him go to church like a lot.
Yeah.
But their mom wouldn't go, and he was just like, "This fucking, I don't want to go."
Yeah.
So then he was like, "I'm not making my kids do any of that shit."
Never. I'll never make my kids
I remember-
do anything like that.
I remember, where did we move? We lived in like kind of like a desert area at the time. I want to feel like it might have been like Gilroy or some shit. And I remember we went to a church, and like the pastor's daughter had like a crush on me, or started liking me, and then my mom was like, she was like, you fucking don't do anything. Be nice to her. Let her down easy or whatever the fuck, because they will kill us out here. And I was dying laughing. She was like, they are fucking very religious and weird out here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but it's a lose-lose because if you reject her, she got rejected by a Mexican dude.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose.
Hilarious. Or a Luis.
God damn it! It's a Luis. It's very funny. Damn, JP. Not with it. You feel a little closer to him now.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Now you don't trust him a little bit. You're like, I don't
Like,
know.
wait a minute.
I mean, if it's so quick to
Explains a
turn his
lot.
back on God, I don't know if I can hang out with him. My aunt was very religious, like super religious, very, very religious, super Christian.
Like what denomination? I was Catholic.
The ripped white one.
Yeah, just a regular fucking white person.
The ripped
Christian one.
white Jesus one.
Sorry, I keep asking because Catholics, they're all like Rudy. They're all like they think they're better than all of them. Yeah. So they're like we're the one, and it's like
What? How many? All right. So what version of Jesus do you think could fight the other versions of Jesus? Because there's like black Jesus, and then there's also like ripped white Jesus, and then they also have like very Hispanic looking Jesus in some of the churches I've been to.
are we gonna rock paper scissors? Which ethnicity Jesus beats what ethnicity Jesus? Well, I'm gonna go black Jesus beats brown Jesus, white Jesus beats black Jesus, and then how do the rest of it go?
I feel like Asian Jesus beats
There's
everybody.
an Asian Jesus.
Absolutely. You ever see 21 Jump Street with Korean Jesus?
Yeah, you're right. There is Korean Jesus.
Yeah. That was also the other thing about Christianity and all the churches is like when they would go to like the other cultures, they would make their Jesus look like them. So a little more accepting.
I don't know why, but Mexicans and black people, they love white Jesus. White Jesus is on the wall. Like you'll walk by, they're like, I love you. And it's never a picture of black or brown Jesus. It's white Aryan Brotherhood Jesus.
Well, yeah. Well, I feel like historically it's well known that he is
He's
closer
black.
to our
Yeah,
color.
he's brown.
Yeah, but for the sake of like, selling Christianity, I guess you're right, white Jesus.
Yeah, because there's like a bleeding heart, and he's cripping up with the bleeding heart right here, and he's just white. It's white Jesus.
Yeah, he was cool. you ever listen to like? So I remember I go to a lot of my babysitters were very religious, because those are the only ones that do free babysitting, and my mom would send me those ones. And then I would watch a lot of like Veggie Tales or like super Christian
propaganda. Yeah, that's what it was. It's a fucking cucumber going, believe in God. It's like, get out of here. It's propaganda. What? You're telling me that wasn't propaganda?
I remember I went to church with a friend. I got in an argument with the pastor over why what was this band? Over why a Maroon 5 song was worshiping the devil.
What song?
It was the really sexual one. It was the one where it was like, I think it was this song we was talking about fucking pretty much, but I think it's all their songs.
Yeah.
It was just about working them. I was like, no, man, it's about getting some, dog. What are you talking about?
He's like, no, it's about the devil.
I was like, no. Listen, I was like, I'm in high school. I haven't even gotten any, but from what I hear, it's pretty cool.
You know how I know I'm not that religious anymore? Is that you two should try it. You don't feel you're that religious anymore? Rewatch The Exorcist.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny, as the possession movies don't get me scared as much as they used to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that is because as a kid you're like, oh, this is terrifying because it could happen, blah, blah, blah. And the older you get, you're just like, nah, I don't know, you know?
And the way I watch movies like I just can't help but go into bits with it. I can't take anything serious. I'm the worst. So like when the devil goes like to the mom, goes, your mother sucks cocks in hell. Like if he told me that, I'd be like, well, at least my mom's out there doing something. You know what I mean? She's getting out,
So
not
she's having
bored.
fun?
She's having fun. What else you got, the
mom's
devil?
there.
So like it's just me watching The Exorcist like that, and it's not even scary anymore. Yeah. Well, as opposed to like as childhood me, when he couldn't even be in the same room.
Oh, I remember watching a Freddy Krueger movie and fucking pissing myself because I was so scared.
Yeah.
As a child.
Terrified.
Terrified.
Because you're scared of Christianity.
Yeah, and yeah. And the older I got, I was like, really over that shit? Damn.
Yeah. It ends up going away. You end up like, oh, no, this is all make-believe. Yeah. Whatever.
There hasn't been anything that's like, I mean, life's more scary than anything else. God, I just feel like I turned into my father right now. Life's more scary than anything else.
No, you start to get it. You're like, oh, failure is way more scarier than the devil.
Yeah, bombing at 10:30 at night with everyone watching is way
I could deal
scarier
with
than
that.
devil.
I could deal with that. I don't know why I could deal with it. I guess, yeah, but bombing would be scary.
Did you ever hear Steve Simone's story about the store and how haunted it is?
Oh, see, that I believe.
Yeah, see, and also Steve Simone's such a great storyteller.
Yeah.
And then you hear stuff and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a story about spooky Guidos?
No, man, like devil dogs.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's also Jewish. So it's one of those things like he was saying that like he just had more attunement to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so funny. But also, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Kind of racist. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
more pure than you guys. I'm the chosen person, so I can see the
Well, like
ghosts.
culturally, Mexicans believe in like magic and shit. You know
We
what I
do.
mean?
We
Yeah.
do. You could
And-
easily trick us with something. To this day, my mom is scared of my wife's cat. My wife's cat spoke. We have a cat that's 15 years old that stays with us, but like my wife rescued another cat that we can't keep yet, so it stays at my mom's house in Stockton. And my mom wants to give it back to my wife because it scares her, but she doesn't have the. She's like, she'll go. It just stares at me while I sleep. Mom, that's just what cats do. It
Yeah, they
just-
want to make sure you're okay.
it just, she's like, I don't like it. I think my mom thinks the cat is the devil.
I mean, do you believe in like superstitious stuff like that?
A little bit. I mean, but that's because I was,
Raised like that?
Yeah. Yeah, raised by very Roman Catholic Mexicans. So,
Interesting.
do you?
No, I was just raised by two Mexicans that were too young when they had me, like 19 and like 22. They didn't believe in God.
We barely
heathen
believe in
shit, dog.
ourselves.
Yeah. They didn't even believe in condoms. Dog. All right, anything you want to plug before we get ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I got a couple podcasts. I got Dogs of Browntown. That's on Comedy Store Studios. I do that with Homeless Rashidi and Joel Jimenez. And I got This Week in Crime, which I do with Stephen Fury. We read crimes and we roast them. It's a lot of fun.
I think we had Fury on this episode once, and it's always tough having him on because he's one of those guys where like when he gets super stoned and I get super stoned, we're just like like
And lucky for you, I'm just like,
yeah, we both just shut down.
yeah. But you were on one of our episodes, and
Yep.
you were very funny.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you
I
were so
appreciate
funny.
it.
Well, you're goddamn one of the roast masters.
Hey,
so
man,
yeah,
I
of
try.
course.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
I'm
having
glad you had fun and you're stoned. Anything you want to plug?
I got some reviews dropping on Punch Edibles on YouTube and All Things Punch on Twitter.
And then what is we want to shout the flavors out and stuff again?
Yeah, we smoked some peach rings and some Fresca melon. The Fresca melon was from Valley Grove.
Hell yeah! Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Bye.